Alright, so I have do a quick little intro video for the homeowner. Come on. Alright, Mr. and Mrs. Hodge. So just kind of explain to you what we're doing up here. This is a repair assessment. We have RA for our repair area. It's 54 degrees. Wind is at 15 miles per hour. CA is for our control area. Here in the blue is our outlined area. The assessment shingle that I'll be removing and reinstalling just for the assessment is in pink. We have blue for our shingles. They have to be manipulated or can be potentially affected by doing a small repair. We're just doing this kind of as an overall test, and then I'll be using orange to point out any condition changes. So I have my GoPro up here filming, and then I'll be taking photos with my phone throughout the process. So we'll go ahead and get started by unsealing our assessment shingle, and we'll go from there. I'll do a follow-up video at the end. Alright, so we're going to start off with unsealing our assessment shingle here. So a little bit of our corner was unsealed. I guess real quick, let's do an assessment of some of these things. So appliques are sealed, shingles are sealed. We've got a couple corners that are loose. Number 8's kind of loose. Little corners here and there, but the shingles overall, number 2 is a little loose. But the appliques or sawtooth, whatever you want to call it, are all spot check here. They're all intact and sealed. I have one that's a little strip piece here that I'm just going to go ahead and just remove. I'm not going to count that as anything. Alright, so let's go and get started. Got my repair area here, control area over here. I'm using my Clawverine due to I like this type of flat bar, very low angle on it, less stress on the shingles when prying or unsealing, and then also removing our fasteners. So across here, got our assessment shingle unsealed. Now we need to unseal 5, 6, and 7. And when I do this, I like to go under the sawtooth or applique of the shingle, a little bit thicker area, less chance of tearing and damaging. So 5 and 6 are unsealed. 8 was already kind of a little bit unsealed, so let's go ahead and finish that one off. And number 7. Alright, so we have all of our shingles that need to be unsealed done. And so basically what I'm doing now is going under number 5 to look for, I've got my pin flashlight here somewhere. Try to use the flashlight just so I don't have to lift the shingle as much, and I can check to see where the fasteners are. Once again, I'm trying to impact these as little as possible. This is the back side of the house. I'm assuming south, or roughly south, just with all the hail strikes back here. Yeah, sorry, chalk blue line. Faster there. So coming under our assessment shingle to remove our first fastener. Once again, just trying to take our time, pry this out. When I lift these shingles, I try to lift to get it started either under the applique, but I try to lift with the back of my hand as to not create any damage or tear these at all. So all these fasteners seem pretty flush. I haven't seen anything that is crooked or anything, which is important to have these fasteners flush, which I'll discuss later as well, just so
Shingle manufacturer's specifications say they must be flush to the decking, which does affect. Oh, okay, so we got our first pull through here. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to document this. So pull through is when the nail head basically, when the shingle's brittle or not pliable enough that it basically pulls over the head of the nail and basically creates a bigger hole in the shingle. It doesn't matter quite as much with our assessment shingle, but if that happens on 5 or 6, these shingles aren't going anywhere because that's not the shingle that we're replacing. And that does create issues where things will need to be sealed properly and using the roof cement. Let's get careful to lift these shingles and not damage them at all. Through, I gotta go under. Okay, so I think that should be all the fasteners for that course row. Now we're gonna go over 5 and under 7. Now this gets a little bit more difficult because these shingles above 7 and 8 are not unsealed, so they are not as pliable. They're able to move, and it really comes into play when you have to reinstall fasteners in a true repair. Right here we're just doing an assessment today, but yeah, here I go again with another pull through. So this time I'm going to strike number 5. As having damage to it here. Definitely really stiff. Pull through on number 5. Flashlight on it. Here we go. All right. That being said, I have to continue to get this fastener out. See there, it's completely pulled through. pull through on number 5. On here, our next fastener. Alright, so that one came out just fine. Let's take our last fastener for number 5. Wanting to pull through, but taking a little time, a little extra effort. Not all right. All right. So I believe I may have all of our fasteners out now. Slide our. Oh, so we got one more. I missed. Okay, so we have our shingle removed now. What I like to do this time when I have it out. Front measurements. Shingle 39 3/8. Transfer here that would have come from number 1, and some mat transfer from number 2 as well. So. Mat transfer on the bottom of our underside of assessment shingle. So that strikes number 1. Basically, things won't reseal if you have this mat transfer on there. Mat transfer from assessment shingle to shingle number 1. This I would associate with right here. Mat transfer from assessment shingle to number 2. So just minor mat transfer. Once again, it'll prevent your shingles from resealing properly. Now what I like to do is check our underlayment, make sure that it was not impacted or any condition changes during the removal of the shingle. It should be okay. And verify now that we do have felt paper under here. So, don't see any tears or anything. Looks like it's okay. Felt paper was not impacted by removing the shingle. Now let me take my flashlight and check for any mat transfer on our other shingles above. Let's see any. Just mat transfer, which is good. But that crack right there, that is basically the shingle up here where there's tension. That is basically preventing that shingle from lifting, which is going to be difficult when I come in to reinstall our fasteners. So overall, right now we just had condition changes. I'm sorry, to pull through number 5 and mat transfer to and a pull through on our assessment shingle too. But normally in a true repair, you'd be putting a new shingle in. You want to verify size like we already have. So I know that this shingle is fit. Obviously it is. We just pulled it out. Up here. Our roofing hatchet. Roofing nails. Reinstall these. Or install new ones, I guess would be a better way to put it. So, alright, we're going to start off with our first course row. Once again, I'm lifting with at the applique and then turning the back of my hand to hold these up so I'm not tearing anything in the thinner parts. One thing I do like to document here is that shingle manufacturers specify that we have to install fasteners flush to the decking. So I try to lift the shingle as little as possible. While doing that, that means that I have to have enough room, so flush to the decking puts it here, and then I also have to have room to kind of come in and hit it. And you get small chips like that when these shingles are less pliable. So, that being said, I try my best to take my time. Good picture here. So, you know, if we have the shingle here, I still have to be able to kind of come in and not hit this edge and chip it is what they call that. So let's go ahead and first fastener in. So right there, I had a chip on number 5 where I was trying to work around it. So I can document that. These shingles are not very pliable. I'm putting a C for chip. Over here. Chip on number 5. Just use my ruler lightly here to kind of show where it's at. Chip on number 5. Let's go on. I'm not sure if you can hear in the recording there, but shingles are just cracking every time I'm lifting them up. Alright, so we have 4 fasteners in, which is good for now. We'll probably sealing everything with some roof cement. Traditionally, we like to put 6 in just for better wind resistancy when we install a brand new roof. These are 7 and 8 are where I'm going to kind of, oh, I'm sorry, I need to get one number 6 here. Make sure I get that edge in. Oh. Same thing. Just do the lack of pliability, I've got another chip here on number 6. And you know, human error is something we have to take into account, but then, you know, we're not trying to lift them too much to do any damage to them as well. Chip on number 6 due to lack of pliability. Chip on number 6. That were going to give me a hard time here, I think. Once again, trying to lift the applique. Tap to get them started. Now, when you're putting these in, I'm now having to dodge the other old nail holes, which I'll fill with some roof cement. So like right here, I can feel that pulling through. So this just tore. So now strikes number 7, and I've got a tear up in the nail head, or in the sealant strip. Number 7 tore at the fastener due to lack of pliability. Tear on number 7. Sure that was shadow in there. Just torn, so. Alright. So let's get this fastener in. Chip number 7 as well. That's pretty bad. This is like pulling this fastener up here, but I mean, it's complete pull through at this point. Tear on number 7. Chip on number 7. Chip on number 7. Once again, you hear it cracking on that fastener up there. I mean, these things are just brittle. Not easy to work with. Let's get 2 more in here, and I'm just going to seal these down real well because I just don't want to do any more damage to them. Again, just for a video, I'm not trying to lift this any higher than I have to. So, I mean, you hear it cracking over here. tear on number 8 around faster due to lack of pliability. Tear on number 8. Okay, so that kind of concludes our repair assessment here. At this time, I'm going to basically go in and reseal all these in, and at this time we had shingle 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8 all had concerns, condition changes, and so this time I can't really recommend that repairs are a viable option on this as well. Thanks.